Greetings my friends, welcome to part 2. Okay, hopefully I just showed you what we're going to try and tackle, which is 12-bar blues. We're going to take some things we did last week, put together a little cycling riff, and then we're going to try and incorporate some chord changes. Now, if we think back to maybe the last one of Johnny's lessons, he had us go up to some chord changes. He did the Hootie and the Blowfish or something, and he had us play a chord at the 5th fret and at the 7th fret. Now, if we call our open chord here our 1 chord, and this is the key that we're playing in, which we do, then we call these our 4 chord and our 5 chord because that's where they fit in the scale. And so I'm not going to be counting them in terms of 5th fret and 7th fret, but 4 chord and 5 chord. And if you look at where I've got frets on this thing, you'll see 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord and 5 chord. So these are the 3 chords we're going to be using, and with these 3 chords we can play most of rock and roll and blues, you know. Okay, so hopefully we can sort of put that together, and this could be any number of riffs that we put together with our little thing last week. I've just sort of put that together then. Okay, so I've just cycled through that twice, which worked out to be 4 bars, and then coming into that, rather than the last sort of half of that 4th bar, rather than do this, I was just leading into my chord change at the start of the 5th bar. Okay, we're halfway there. I'm just going to do it again and make sure we've got that far. Okay, now at this point I want to go up to my 5 chord, but rather than slide all the way up to here, I'm going to be using an inversion. So I'm going to show you a chord shape now where I'm fretting my 1st and 3rd strings at the 2nd fret, and this is a 2nd inversion of that chord there. So to make this change here, I'm only fretting one of them, but I'm managing to imply that 5 chord. And then I've got a little turnaround at the end, and it's quite a simple one, just a tonic. So just a descending line on the middle string from our 5th fret here, which happens to be the root note. And I'm using the 1st fret here. I don't even have one, and I didn't ask you to make a mark, so we're just guessing. It doesn't matter, it's slide guitar, you know. Alright, let's try and put it all together. and we'll go nice and slow. Fantastic. Well, I hope you have some fun with that for the week and are pulling it off by the next time we talk. Give you a little heads up, next time I'm going to be talking a little bit about strum sticks. So, you know, here's one that I've made, and here's another one. If you're making your own instruments and you're up to a stage where you're banging frets in, you really want to look at making yourself one of those if you want to learn to play 3-string guitar, and I'll talk a little bit about using that as a tool to, you know, learn new scales and feels and stuff, which you can then bring to your slide guitar. Here also I should show you is one that you buy. This is a McNally one. They're only about $100, and you know, the neck's a bit skinny, it's a kid's thing, but they're still pretty loud and cheap, cheerful little things. You can get them at McNally, McNally, if you Google him. Otherwise, you know, I'm sure you'll find someone who can make you one. We'll be talking about that next week. You'll also need a capo. I've talked to Giddy and he's going to have some cheap Chinese capos. Alright, thank you very much. Have a great week.